Lesson 4. Trust law and securing your estate. Peace and power, everyone. Welcome back to another lesson in our journey of reclaiming our wealth and identity. If you've been following along, you now understand that your birth certificate and social security number are tied to financial accounts, and that the system has used your identity to create wealth without your knowledge or consent. Now we're moving into solutions, how to protect yourself, secure your estate, and begin taking control over your financial identity. Before we begin, make sure you have your notebook and pen ready. We'll be introducing some key legal and banking terms, as well as some statutes and codes you should look up on Cornell Law's website to solidify what we're discussing today. Today, we're going to cover 1. What a trust is and why it's important. 2. How to shift from being a debtor to a secured party creditor. 3. The role of estate planning and asset protection. 4. Key legal and banking terms to familiarize yourself with. Let's begin. What is a trust and why is it important? A trust is a legal arrangement where one party, called the trustee, holds assets on behalf of another party, called the beneficiary. Trusts have been used for centuries as a way to protect assets from outside claims, taxation, and government interference. Now, let's connect this to what we've been discussing. When your birth certificate was registered, it created a corporate entity that was placed under the control of the state. The government acts as the trustee over that corporate identity, while you, the living person, are supposed to be the beneficiary. However, because you were never told how to claim your rightful status, the government treats you as a debtor, and they manage your assets on your behalf. This is why understanding trust law is so important. The wealthy do not hold property in their personal names. They place it in trusts so that they remain in control while keeping their assets legally protected. If you want to secure your wealth and identity, you must start learning how to operate in trust. This means 1. Understanding the difference between legal title and equitable title. The state holds the legal title to your birth certificate estate, but you have the right to claim the equitable title. 2. Learning how to set up and manage private trusts. This ensures that your assets cannot be easily seized or controlled by outside parties. 3. Removing yourself from the role of a debtor so that you can step into your rightful position as a secured party creditor. We'll talk about how to take these steps in more detail as we go along. But for now, just know that trust law is the foundation of wealth protection and asset control. Trust law and securing your estate. How to shift from being a debtor to a secured party creditor. Most people unknowingly operate as debtors in the financial system. This means they are seen as individuals who owe money and obligations to the state and creditors. However, wealthy individuals and those who understand the system position themselves as secured party creditors, which means they control their assets and financial identity instead of being controlled by the system. So how do you make this shift? 1. Understand that contracts govern everything. Every time you sign a document, enter into an agreement, or apply for credit, you are entering into a contractual relationship that determines your rights and obligations. The problem is, most people enter into these contracts without knowing what they are actually agreeing to. 2. Stop assuming the state owns you. The government assumes control over your legal entity, your straw man, because you have never rebutted their presumption of ownership. If you remain silent, the system continues to operate as if you are a debtor. 3. File the correct paperwork to secure your interest. This includes understanding how to use the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, to legally establish your claim over your estate. Filing a UCC-1 financing statement can be a critical step in this process. 4. Learn how to properly endorse documents. Instead of signing contracts blindly, begin using terms like "without prejudice" or "all rights reserved" next to your signature. This prevents you from unknowingly waiving your rights. 5. Start studying estate planning and trust law. A secured party creditor operates through trusts and private contracts, ensuring that their wealth is not subject to external control. By taking these steps, you begin to move from being a debtor in the system to someone who holds financial and legal power over their own estate. The role of estate planning and asset protection. One of the biggest mistakes people make is failing to plan their estate. The government assumes control over unclaimed estates, which is why wills, trusts, and asset protection strategies are so important. Here's why you need to start thinking about estate planning now. If you do not have a trust or estate plan in place, the government can claim your assets after death through probate court. If your property is held in your personal name, it is exposed to lawsuits, taxation, and government claims. When you place your assets into a properly structured trust, they are no longer considered part of your personal estate, which offers protection from creditors, taxation, and legal disputes. Estate planning is not just for the wealthy. It is for anyone who wants to take control of their financial future. Trust law and securing your estate, Part 3. Key legal and banking terms to familiarize yourself with. Understanding legal and financial language is critical when reclaiming your wealth and identity. Many words used in everyday life have different meanings in legalese, which is the specialized language of the law. Here are 10 important terms you should start studying. 1. Debtor, a person or entity that owes a financial obligation. Most people unknowingly operate as debtors in the system. 2. Creditor, the party with the legal right to collect on an obligation. A secured party creditor has control over their estate. 3. Trustee, the individual or entity that manages a trust and holds legal title to the assets within it. 4. Beneficiary, the person or entity entitled to receive benefits from a trust or estate. 5. Grantor, settler, the person who creates and funds a trust, transferring assets into it. 6. Conveyance, the legal process of transferring ownership of property or financial instruments. 7. Jurisdiction, the legal authority governing a case, contract, or individual. Knowing which jurisdiction you are under is crucial. 8. UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, a set of laws governing commercial transactions in the U.S. Understanding UCC filings can help you claim your financial identity. 9. Legal title versus equitable title. Legal title is ownership recognized by law, while equitable title represents the right to benefit from the property. 10. Probate, the legal process of settling an estate after someone's passing. Without a trust, your assets could go through probate, giving the government control over your estate. Look up these terms on Stetson Cornell Law's website to better understand how they apply to your financial and legal standing. The more familiar you are with these definitions, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the system. If you would like a copy of Black's Law Dictionary PDFs, you may email me at ShayMarieInc@gmail.com for a small $1 known donation. If you would like to support the continued production of these lessons, donations can be sent via CashApp, mpresshaymarie, or PayPal shayspeaksthetruth@gmail.com. Even $1 can make a difference. Next lesson preview: nationality, sovereignty, and reclaiming your status. Now that we've covered the importance of trust law and securing your estate, the next lesson will introduce the role of nationality in legal and financial sovereignty, the difference between being a U.S. citizen and a national, the importance of decolonization and understanding historical treaties. This knowledge will be critical as we continue uncovering how to reclaim control over our wealth and legal identity. We're just getting started. Stay aware, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next lesson.